James Gunn has just been announced as the head of DC Studios. Apparently, they did approach Kevin Feige.
When I read that,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit like, that just seems so hilariously pathetic that I'm like, is that true? Did they seriously go to Kevin? But to be fair, I remember the stories of Sony.
Yeah.
When they were negotiating that stuff, and like apparently like fucking, I think Amy Pascal threw a sandwich at Kevin Feige. So I'm a bit like, okay, maybe that is true.
Yeah.
Like maybe these like Hollywood producers really are like that fucking pathetic, and it's like, I don't. Okay, I love James Gunn.
Yeah.
Love him to bits.
Yes.
Cannot wait for Guardians 3.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for the holiday special.
Yes.
Big fan of what he did with Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Big fan of Peacemaker.
Yes.
Why is he the head?
Okay, so James Gunn has a very particular style and tone to his movies.
A style and tone which, besides his stuff, is nowhere else.
Yeah. So, so I think this is what people are struggling with, and what I'm struggling with. Is James Gunn being the head of DC Studios meaning that we're going to start getting lots of DC films that feel like James Gunn films? Or is he there to just be like, guys, throwing this out there, maybe we shouldn't make 7 Batman films in 1 year?
See, because this is the thing. I remember when Marvel tried to do this with Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
When Joss Whedon, they tried to make him the kind of like, almost like the showrunner.
Yeah.
Of Fate. While Kevin Feige was the producer, he was, the brains. But Joss Whedon, I guess, would be the one that would sort of plan it out.
So is James Gunn the brains?
I guess.
Or is he the planner? Or is he both?
They might be doing both, whereas with Marvel and with Joss Whedon, they tried to separate, where Kevin Feige would be like, this is what we want to do. And then Joss Whedon would go off and do it.
Yeah.
Which backfired immediately because they had him in that role after Avengers 1.
Yeah.
And then by the time Avengers 2 came out, he was already pushed out.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't happy.
Genuinely.
I don't think James Gunn will stay that long in that role.
Yeah. With that being said, I think James Gunn has a ton of potential to bring to the role.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like I think he's definitely got potential.
Because I think James Gunn is a okay, so the last few weeks, I think it's looked like from his interviews that The Rock is the new Kevin Feige of DC, which is funny because I don't think The Rock knows what DC is.
Having The Rock be the Kevin Feige of
as the most genuinely
so insane.
Yeah.
Like why The Rock? What does he know?
But the Suicide Squad, I think, showed that, and Guardians, that James Gunn has a genuine fascination with comic books.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, and that's the thing.
And,
is like
a genuine deep understanding of the characters.
Because what was great about the Suicide Squad is that he literally picked like some of the stupidest characters in DC deliberately,
and he made them
fun and fun characters, and like that's and the reason why Guardians is probably the best thing Marvel has right now. Is because those feel the most developed of these characters because they've had the most consistent vision. James Gunn, wrote and directed 1, wrote and directed 2, wrote and directed the holiday special, writing the third one. I think in every single film that the Guardians have been in that's not Guardians movies, he's overlooked. And has made sure that when these writers write, they are writing it the way he would do it.
And so I think if you put James Gunn in a showrunner type role, where he's overlooking everything, he's pitching, he's proposing characters, he's in charge of deciding, what movies are made, and he's, the characters are made with James Gunn's ideas a lot of the time, combining that with directors. Because if you think he's a director himself, theoretically, he should be able to understand that directors like freedom.
But that's another question.
Yeah.
Is he still going to be directing?
That is an interesting question.
Is he going to be able to have time to do? I know Peacemaker's getting a second season, and they're not filming it yet, but I think they're writing it at the moment. And I'm like, is James Gunn going to be able to direct
this
be
feels
the
like
showrunner?
a lot of that's the thing.
It's a lot of work.
Kevin Feige doesn't do anything else.
I think Kevin Feige's job is to outline.
Do you think Kevin Feige is a real person, or do you think he's a robot?
He probably is a robot. That footage of Kevin and She-Hulk probably is real. This probably is what Kevin Feige actually looks like.
The She-Hulk writer almost quit the job because Kevin Feige wouldn't let her put his hat on the robot, because I guess he's like, his programming hadn't, enabled that setting.
Why would you leave?
I don't know.
That's
but
so
she genuinely, I think she quit. Like Kevin Feige, no. She said, "Oh, I'll quit if you don't let me put the hat on the robot." And Feige was like, "It's been really nice working with you, but."
Oh my god! No, but it's like with James Gunn, I'm like, I think with James Gunn, I love him as a director.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer him to stay in that role, but at the same time. I guess if he is able to bring a cohesive vision,
that's the main thing,
and that's the important thing. If he can do it, because that's the thing, I'm willing to give him a chance.
Yeah,
to see see how this works out. See if he's able to actually deliver that. It's just I'm not entirely sure if I'm confident he can. Not because he doesn't have the talent, but more so that a Warner Brothers really gonna let him. Because this is the thing, is like the Suicide Squad is like a hard gory action, like very, very juvenile comedy. That's gonna be a weird balance with the Marvel-esque approach.
As James Gunn's as good as James Gunn's superhero films have been a lot of the time, I don't think they can hold up a universe.
No, because I feel like, to me, I like the idea of James Gunn having his own little corner.
Exactly.
I love the idea that James Gunn gets his own little corner of the universe where he just gets to do Suicide Squad movies, Peacemaker, whatever else he comes up with.
I couldn't imagine James Gunn being the right person to overlook a Superman film.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a Batman film.
Yeah, and it's and that's kind of where I'm a bit like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because it's if he... how I have him in that role if he's going to do stuff that doesn't distinctly feel like James Gunn? What's the point?
Is it just because it's a name?
It's one of them where if James Gunn keeps making, if James Gunn's I'll overlook the Superman movie and none of James Gunn's style or character works there, it's why even have him on the project if you can't have James Gunn?
Yeah. No, this announcement came out of nowhere as well. There's no rumours or anything, which does make me think it was a very snap decision. Warner
Brothers is kind of going through a bit of a nightmare right now because the cancelling stuff and doing all these different things. Yeah,
I'd love to see Brendan Fraser's Firefly.
Yeah, Batgirl's cancelled. James Gunn
is definitely doing this just to get his hands on the Batgirl footage, just so he can leak it.
Bro, imagine that would be incredible.
That would be big. It then quits immediately.
It quits, yeah. The Flash is is weird because I guess with the Flash, I think they're just hoping and praying that Ezra Miller doesn't do anything else.
Yeah.
So they can release it.
Yeah.
Which is a bit
risky.
Because I know apparently the rumor is they're gonna replace Ezra Miller, and apparently they already have an actor in place.
Okay.
For that, which is
well, they're wanting that one person, I can't remember their name.
I forget who it was, but I know they want someone.
Yeah, I've seen.
Which is so I guess they just want to get the Flash out the door.
Yes.
Get it out, and then you can move on, and then just pretend like Ezra Miller never happened.
Which is fair. That's fair.
But it's also it's just, I don't know what's going on with DC, because it's they just seem say what you will about Marvel, and even with Phase 4 being as messy as it's been, there's still somewhat of a vision. Kang, they can't
is a vision.
He is the, I guess, the villain. You know what I mean? They've established that.
Well, more than anything, we know what films are coming up.
Mm-hmm. We know what. Yeah. At the very least, we know what's coming. Whereas, we're getting Aquaman 2.
We're getting Shazam 2.
Shazam 2.
What past that?
The Flash.
Are we?
Well, yeah, the Flash, depending on whether or not Ezra Miller nukes Hawaii or something. But
there might be a Green Lantern show, I've heard.
Which is will that be DCEU?
That's the thing. Everything.
Yeah.
They're trying.
We're getting Peacemaker season 2.
Joker 2, which is obviously its own thing. The Rock says it's going to link in the multiverse.
But then it's but with Todd Phillips. Really, I feel with Todd Phillips, see, and this is the problem now, because I remember being really excited with what DC was doing, where it seemed like they were just kind of going away. Because this is the thing, one of the things I liked about the Snyderverse was that it felt like it was the opposite of Marvel.
Yes.
And I liked the idea
Yes.
of Marvel being these popcorn movies, while DC was going for something a little bit more darker and something a little bit more mature, say. Yeah. And I liked the idea of that because I was like, the difference. Yes. And I liked the idea of Marvel still doing what they were doing, and then DC going, nah, you know what? Let's just focus on directors. Yeah. Okay, you want to do this? You go and do that.
I do think that's their downfall now, though.
Yeah. Because they fucked themselves over now.
In so many parts.
Yes. How would they? Yeah. Like,
how do you link this?
Yeah, it's like now they want to link them together, even though it seemed like they roped in all of these directors.
It feels like they're trying to retroactively resurrect the universe.
Yeah, like I imagine, like, I mean, like fucking like Joaquin Phoenix like done the Joker because he knew he wasn't, like, you know, he declined being Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was gonna be signed to a contract and have to be Doctor Strange for years. He wants to, like, with Joker 2. He read the script and wanted to do it.
Yeah, and like, all the bloody DC actors all seem sick of, like, you know what I mean? Like, Ben Affleck. Good luck convincing him. I mean,
Ben Affleck,
he's in Aquaman 2. Apparently.
Yeah, like, I think it was meant to be Michael Keaton. Then they reshot. Yeah,
but they want Ben Affleck. It's just all over the place.
Yeah,
it's
like that.
Really all over the place.
Do you want to, like, take out Amber Heard from the film, which is like, okay. I mean, apparently she's barely in it anyway. Yeah. Even if, but it's like, but even that, you're being a bit, like, vague on, because it's like, well, okay, because apparently, like, her role isn't that big. Amber Heard's role in Aquaman 2, but apparently it's big enough.
Yeah.
Which is a bit, like, which is odd. So I don't, it's bizarre because I'm like, I don't know, because it's like, it's just really weird, like, what's going on, because it does feel like DC doesn't know what to do and that they've shot themselves in the foot.
No, they really
Because they haven't just committed to the cool idea of doing something different than Marvel, and just doing a bunch of different things.
Justice League really was the downfall.
Yeah, like Justice League
it really was.
Yeah, like, you know, it's. But I feel like, but I guess in a way, it started with Dawn of Justice, with Warner Brothers slashing it, and trying to cut it down and messing with it, and
they were never confident.
Yeah,
they never had confidence in Snyder.
I don't think they ever had confidence in their stuff whatsoever, because I think they tried to rush.
Yeah.
Tried to rush these films out.
Remember when Snyder Cut won an Oscar?
Yeah.
For the best film moment.
Flash and just the speed.
Look,
zone.
I love Snyder Cut. I love that film. Where was that scene?
I mean, can you, like, imagine, like, being, like, one of those, like, 90-year-old, like, Oscar people and having to watch that scene? Like, the Flash enters the Speed Force. I feel like you'd die. Like,
you show a Victorian child.
I'm gonna show a Victorian child the clip from Justice League where Flash enters the Speed Force.
It's not even, like, there are so many better scenes in that film.
Yeah, like something else.